Hey, I'm Joe with RevZilla, and today we're taking a look at the Nuetech Nitro Mousse tire inserts available at RevZilla.com. So Nuetech got started 15 years ago with their main focus on improving the most archaic technology on the dirt bike, your inner tube. One of their solutions was a 100% flat-proof foam tire insert to replace your pneumatic inner tube, providing you with 100% flat-free riding. So we have here our nitrogen-infused foam tire inserts that give you a really good feel, similar to what you're used to with a pneumatic tire tube, but then you don't have to worry about getting it flat anymore. So prices range between $125 and $135, and don't forget RevZilla offers that price match policy, so if you do find them for less elsewhere, we're happy to match and get you the best price possible. So when it comes to fitment, fitment is really important with these. They are available in 18 and 19-inch rears and 21-inch fronts, typical dirt bike sizes. Now when I say dirt bike, I mean dual sport, enduro, and motocross bikes. These are not designed for ADV riding, not designed for bikes that do have wider rims, and they're not designed for road use. This is really for off-road use only. So when you're shopping for these, be sure to refer to the fitment chart on our product page to look up the make, model, and size dirt bike tire you're running on your machine to ensure you select the appropriate size mousse insert for it. The reason this is really important is that if you choose an insert that's too big, the tire will ride too firm and installation will be a bear. And if you also choose one that's too small, it will really decrease the life of the mousse because there'll be too much friction between the mousse itself and the tire, allowing it to slip around inside. So what we have here are two different options. You see this light colored one here is the Progressive Platinum. This comes in between 10 and 12 PSI. This is typically the pressure that most folks are running in off-road scenarios. So I personally run these and I really like how they feel on my bike. Now, if you're riding hard enduro or you're doing some trials maneuvers on your enduro bike and you need that low pressure, they have a plushy option here, which is between 6 and 8 PSI to really get you a ton of traction. Just be mindful that when you do run that low pressure, the higher the speeds you're going, you are susceptible to damaging your rim on rocks and sharp edge, stuff like that. So that's why I typically will run the Progressive Platinum in my bike, because I ride a wide variety of terrain. Also, I'm not that good at those crazy trials things that we see some of our other more popular enduro riders doing. So when it comes to installation, check out my installation video for more details on that. Now, this is one of the questions I get when people ask me about running mousses on my bike. One of the cons is installation. It's a little bit more difficult initially. Now, I will say the first time I put a mousse on, it fought me and I struggled, and you do have to worry about making sure you cover the insert entirely with the included cooling gel. The reason that that's really important, again, is to keep the heat down when there's friction between the insert and the tire. When you go to put the mousse from one tire to the next, you will need to get a new tube of mousse lube to make sure that there's no friction in there. I'm getting about maybe, I want to say 3 to 4 tires per insert. So you will be moving the insert from one tire to the next, which really, when you consider the cost of inner tubes and how frequently they get punctured or torn, the cost is pretty comparable to a traditional tube, except without all the hassle of worrying about getting a flat and changing a trail side. So again, with installation, the biggest thing is making sure everything's lubricated nicely and that you do have maybe 4 or 5 tire irons, and you have a bead buddy to help kind of keep that bead down on the opposite side of the rim from where you're working. But be sure again to check out my installation video for more tips and tricks there. But overall, I've been really satisfied running Nitro Mousses on my personal bike for a few years now. Previous to that, I used to travel really far for a race, and when I got a flat, man, that just ruined my whole weekend. So now I don't have to worry about carrying spare tools, spare tubes, patch kits, all that kind of stuff. So it's really nice to be able to ride off-road and not worry about flats anymore. Just be mindful that the pressure is not adjustable. That's really the only other downside, other than the initial installation being a little bit more complex, is that adjusting the pressure according to the conditions like you can with a pneumatic tube. That goes away because these are just set at the pressure that you could select with the 2 different options you have up here. But overall, I really like running mousses in my dirt bike. I've converted a few of my friends as well, so now a lot of us, our toolkits have really been pared down. But if you'd like to see what other riders have to say, click the info button on your desktop or mobile device to read their reviews. And as always, if you have any questions about these or anything else you see on our website, give our Gear Geeks a shout at 877-792-9455 or shoot an email to cs@revzilla.com. Thanks for watching our video today about the Nuetech Nitro Mousse tire inserts. I'm Joe, and I'll see you next time.